Hey folks, I hope you're all well and staying safe. Now, since the most anticipated games have already come out, you may be wondering what else is coming out to keep you excited about VR gaming. So, I've decided to do a video on 11 awesome VR games that will be releasing sometime this year. I may not cover all of your favorite ones, so if I've missed any, then please let me know in the comments below. But speaking about anticipation, before we get started, I know you guys have been waiting to see who won the giveaway for the copy of raw data. Well, keep watching and you'll find out. Not only that, in this video, I'm starting a new giveaway for Star Trek Bridge Crew. This game is perfect to play during our current situation. It's an incredible amount of fun playing with people in this game, as you really need to work together and rely on each other or face the consequences. If you would like to enter the giveaway, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below that you would like to enter the giveaway. Keep watching to learn more. So, let's get straight into it. Number 1. LoFi. If you were waiting for a cyberpunk game to release in VR, then your wait is almost over. In LoFi, you are a police officer patrolling the streets or the skies in an open world sandbox game. You have full control of what you want to do, from solving mysteries or fighting crime. The basic story is that there are people and robots who cannot merge with the virtual reality that everyone else lives in. This sounds very similar to The Matrix and Zion. Although you have an escape, they just won't let you in, kind of like when I'm trying to get into a club. The aim is to make money whichever way you want. This includes doing your job, catching the bad guys, or even taking bribes to let them go. You can even frame someone to try and make a profit. The whole city is your oyster. There are various things you can buy with the money, from upgrades to black market purchases. Not only that, looking at the gameplay, it seems like you can go into a lot of the stores that are fully designed from the inside. It looks fantastic. This game looks like what a Rockstar VR game could be in the future. I just wish they had a bigger budget, but even without it, the graphics look incredibly beautiful. This non-linear open world style of game is something I always love. So, I cannot wait for LoFi to come out. The release date is late 2020. However, if you support the game now, I believe you can get access to the current build right now and be given the game when it comes out on whichever platform you like. The links are in the description below. Number 2. Davigo. While playing this game, you will feel like you are in the anime Attack on Titans. I've seen a couple of games that have the concept of players in VR playing with players outside of VR. However, this is the first time I've seen this take on it, where there will be a giant who is the VR player and the other players are playing on the PC and will be battling the VR player. The name Davigo stems from the biblical story of David and Goliath. However, the execution of both playstyles looks to have been implemented perfectly, where the VR player is able to grab the smaller players in midair, pick boulders from the ground and hurl it at the other players, or even smack the ground like the Hulk to create a shockwave. The aim of the VR player is to knock the other players out of bounds. However, the aim of the PC players is to destroy the head of the VR player. There will be rockets and fireballs scattered around that you need to pick up and throw at the giant VR player. Not only that, you can have up to 3 PC players versus 1 VR player. But it will truly be a battle, because when any of the players go out of bounds, you lose a point. The graphics look a bit basic, but as they say, gameplay is king. Frankly, I cannot wait for this game to come out. And it is releasing sometime in 2020. Number 3. Deadness. Okay, so if you know me, you know I scream like a little girl when playing horror games. No offense to little girls. So Deadness has decided to take a unique and more terrifying route of horror. While playing the game, you will be confined to a wheelchair. This is quite clever actually, because think about the added fear when you're trying to get away. But you can't run, you have to roll yourself away, if you can that is. Because to move, you have to actually move the wheels on the side. You can't just hold the thumbsticks down and move forward. The developers have tried to make the graphics look as realistic as possible to make you feel more immersed and terrified. From the gameplay footage, the game has terrifying sounds to add the tension and stress. Take a look. Well, that was terrifying. It looks like there's some sort of story and you're trying to find out how you got there and how you're supposed to get out. I don't think there is any action, but sometimes you don't need it, as it may be more puzzle based. I'm actually looking forward to screaming in this game, releasing sometime in 2020. Okay, from that we have to move on to something light-hearted. Ven VR Adventure. This is a single-player platformer. It seems to be a similar game to Moss, considering in Ven VR Adventure you are also controlling a cute little companion who actually does all the work. Seems like you can also interact with Ven by stroking his head, although they haven't really shown much more interaction, so we will just need to wait and see. But you are supposed to team up and help Ven, so I'm hoping there will be more involvement. The game actually looks similar to Crash Bandicoot, where you're jumping over obstacles, breaking boxes and all of the other platformers type stuff. Ven VR Adventure seems to look quite good graphically as well, so I'm looking forward to it coming out. The release date is Q2 2020. Number 5. Undead Citadel. This game kind of looks like Hellblade Arena on steroids. The physics in the games have been added in the right places when it comes to the enemies, especially when you're slicing them down or shooting them with your arrows. There is currently a story mode with 10 levels and a horde mode, where the enemy basically attacks in waves. There are explosives, dismemberments, blood, gore, and bones shattering if struck hard enough. The graphics look beautiful and the gameplay looks like a lot of fun, but we will need to wait and see if it really is as fun as it looks. The release date is Q3 2020. Number 6. Phasmophobia. Okay, moving back to my favorite genre to hate. A horror game in VR. But this time, you aren't alone. And I don't mean that in the sense of aliens or ghosts, I mean Phasmophobia is a 4-player online co-op game. You and your friends are Ghostbusters, where you need to gather evidence of paranormal activity. The options are to sit in the truck looking at the CCTV to help your friends, who are braver than you, or go inside the house yourself and do the investigation. But as time goes on, the ghosts will start to get more and more aggressive. Not only that, there is voice recognition, meaning the ghost can hear you talk, and you can interact with the ghost using your voice. That sounds fantastically terrifying. There are 10 different types of ghosts that all have different traits. The best thing about this game that I can see is the eerie atmosphere that is created by the sounds. You're in the dark with just a small flashlight. I'm looking forward to this experience. Might need a spare pair of underwear though. The release date is Q3 2020. Number 7. Vertigo 2. The sequel to the highly acclaimed Vertigo that came out in 2016. You can tell from the video that the graphics are already an improvement to the first game. But it goes a few steps further. Vertigo 2 is a single-player adventure game with a story. There is also a choice system implemented in the game with branching story endings, depending on key decisions. This is my favorite style of gameplay, even though I always have difficulty which option I should go with, and then start doing research on which is the better option while the game is paused. I wish I could do that in real life. Sorry, I digress. The game will have fully voiced characters, have cool boss battles, and if the first game is anything to go by, interesting puzzles to complete. The release date is sometime in 2020. Number 8. Alterverse Disruption. To be honest, I chose this game to be on the list because this really reminds me of Ready Player One and the Oasis, where in one world you have many different games that you can play. It's games within games, so Gameception. Alterverse is described as a world-building universe hosted by players allowing an infinite number of games and worlds. To be honest, it does seem a little bit too good to be true. However, Disruption is the first game being released for this real-life version of the Oasis. Disruption will contain 4 games inside, one called Starship Raiders, Aliens Wars, Heroes Quest, and XR75 Dogfighters. Now, Disruption is the first of the 17 prototype gaming world. The reason I've included it on the list is not because of the games, but because of the concept and what it could mean for VR. I may do a sole video on this just to talk about everything that it offers, but for now, I'm excited to see what comes out of this. The release date for Disruption is Q2 2020. Just before we get to our last 3 games, I would like to announce the winner of the giveaway is... Congratulations! Please contact me on my Discord in the description for your copy of raw data. Let's carry on. Number 9. The Wizard's Dark Times. Become the Sorcerer Supreme in the Wizard Dark Times. This is a sequel to the critically acclaimed The Wizards, which I think is like the unofficial Doctor Strange game. Instead of selecting buttons, you do hand gestures to perform spells, which adds a lot of immersion to the game. The game looks much more improved from the 2018 installment. There are 11 different spells to master, from the Fireball to the Frostthrow, including the trademark Doctor Strange move Arcane Shield to protect yourself. They have added single-handed spells so you can mix it up how you fight. The graphics look stunning and the story sounds interesting, although it's the gameplay that matters here. And it looks fun as ever with awesome boss battles. The witty narrator is back as well to give you the added level of British humour. I'm looking forward to the game, I just hope it has a decent sized story. You won't have to wait long though, it comes out on 4th of June 2020. Number 10. IB Cricket. I'm not sure how many of you guys are cricket fans, but this game has got me excited. Not only that, IB Cricket is intended to be free. The game looks really cool and I think the main feature will be the batting in VR. Although there are also bowling options, however I'm not sure how that will even work, but there are fast bowling, spin bowling, left or right arm bowling. we will need to see how it's actually been implemented. There's also career progression where you start from zero and become a hero. You can also create your own dream squad with the progression system in place, as well as global leagues and tournaments. To be honest, I'm surprised this is even free. The game looks like it will be great fun. IB Cricket is set to come out sometime this month. Number 11. After the Fall. From the creators of one of the great VR games, Arizona Sunshine, Vertigo Games are coming out with another co-op zombie shooter. You are able to play with up to 4 of your friends in a post-apocalyptic LA, or solo if you don't have any friends. There are epic boss battles this time around, where you have to use tactics to try and win. This looks really interesting. Boss battles are usually missing in a lot of VR games. You can see that the team has improved from last time, from better graphics, more action, and beautifully scarier looking enemies. But it's still better than biker chicks in bikinis from the previous game. From the game, it appears that there will be a crafting system to upgrade and modify your weapons and gear. Not only that, even after you finish the story, you'll be able to carry on playing with missions and events scattered out. I'm really excited for After the Fall to come out. It will be a nice change of location from Arizona Sunshine. The release date is sometime in 2020. So, here are my current 11 awesome upcoming VR games. If you enjoyed the video, then please give it a thumbs up. And let me know in the comments if I missed any of your favorite ones, or any that you think I should cover. I will be announcing the winner of the next giveaway in the next couple of weeks. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let me know in the comments that you want to enter the giveaway. Well, that's all folks. Thanks for watching, have a great day, stay safe, and see you next time.